My combined audience has just hit about 250,000 people, which is absolutely mad. Thank you, everyone. It's only taken about a year to get to this point, which in the course of things is not very long. The thing is, I am not naturally a front of house person. I'm very much a back of house. For the last decade or so, I've always been in the background doing the system. I'm not the front person in my business generally. So I've spent years building other people's brands and not stepping into the spotlight myself. That changed about a year ago when I started the newsletter, and then in order to drive more traffic to the newsletter, started to do videos like this one. Initially, it was an absolute nightmare. I hate being in photos, I hate being on camera, I hate being on stage, I hate public speaking. But I knew that they were all skills that could be acquired, and the best way to acquire those skills is through exposure, just by doing it again and again and again. I knew that it was going to be painful for the first few weeks, few months, and it was. There's no way around that, unfortunately. All said and done, though, it's been one of the highest return on investment activities I've done, period, ever. And if you are thinking about building an audience, I highly recommend you do so. Shit, if you're not thinking about it, I still think you should. In a single year, we've gone from zero revenue to solid six-figure revenue. Next year, 2025, I'm hoping to take us to seven figures. At least that's the goal. And this is driven by the audience, by me getting up in the morning and doing videos I don't want to do, writing newsletters I don't want to write, putting in the goddamn work every single day, and slowly, God, so slowly clawing together an audience. And when I started doing this about a year ago, there were a bunch of people who were doing the same thing. About 9 out of 10 of them dropped out. They just stopped posting, stopped turning up, stopped doing the work, and they didn't get to the goal that they were initially going for. And I entirely get it. There were times when I just didn't want to shoot videos. I didn't want to write. But I also knew that those were the times when it was particularly important that I push through. If I don't do a video one day, then I just won't do a video the next day, and then the next, and then it kind of rolls on from there. Instead, if you keep up the consistency and you keep pushing, you keep publishing, you keep putting things out there, you get a positive momentum. Does that in turn guarantee that you'll grow an audience of 250,000 people and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars? No, absolutely not. But you damn well increase your chances if you continue to turn up. If you, unlike your peers, don't follow the urge just to drop out and do something easier, turn up and do the hard thing every single day, and eventually you will hit an inflection point. It might take a month, it might take 6 months, it might take a year, it might take multiple years. But once you hit that inflection point, it will be life changing and worth all the blood, sweat, and tears you've been putting in up until this point. So, if you are in the midst of this content creation journey, trying to build up an audience, trying to build a business off the back of it, I see you, I hear you. Do keep pushing if you're not there yet. Or if you are at the beginning of your journey and you're thinking, I should get into this and I don't really know how, just start. Start to put out content, start to publish. Don't worry about the details. You'll get better as you produce. I'm naturally